I've on a little break from comedy for Christmas. I have got back into painting Warhammer, assembling and painting Warhammer. And usually, what I do is I'll sit here for like an hour or two. I listen to a podcast, a comedy special, and whatnot, and kind of what was I going to say? Just and listen to some content while you enjoy modeling. So hello, welcome back to Al Talks. This podcast I started 3 years ago to chronicle me starting stand up. This podcast is a weekly podcast. It comes out once a week, and this is just a small little introduction video into the podcast. So, down below in the description of each episode, you can go to my Linktree and find links to everything connected to me. This podcast is available on YouTube, which you're watching it on right now, and also on Spotify. But yeah, that is just a small introduction into this podcast and everything that goes along with it. Hello, welcome back to the podcast. Still part of the bulk record. So, in this episode, it was kind of two things. Since I'm kind of on a little break from comedy for Christmas, I have got back into painting Warhammer, assembling and painting Warhammer. And usually, what I do is I'll sit here for like an hour or two. I listen to a podcast, a comedy special, and whatnot, and kind of what was I going to say? Just and listen to some content while you enjoy modeling. So it was actually kind of came out of I wanted to watch it. Two great comedians were on Kill Tony, and the two comics were Matti and Sam Tallent. Now, Matti is an Estonian comic who lives in the US currently. Sam Tallent, whose show I went to when he was over in Ireland, not the last time, but the time before that. Sam is a great comic, and so is Ari, and they were on Kill Tony, so I watched that episode, and because for me, I'm a huge comedy fan, and sometimes I get really pissed off when people go on Kill Tony and they're not prepared. They kind of stumble through. The material is terrible. And I was talking to, I can't remember when, but a while back I was talking to another comic who was in Austin, because the Kill Tony is now based in the Comedy Mothership in Austin, Joe Rogan's comedy club. Because Tony Hinchcliffe and Red Band moved over there. Red Band has a comedy club as well called Sunset Strip, or Live at the Sunset Strip. I think the comedy club is called Sunset Strip. I don't know. And so I watched that episode. But when I was chatting to this other comic, he was saying that he was in Austin, and I was like, I hate when people aren't unprepared or very unprepared for Kill Tony. And he said, well, the reason is because there's people that you sign up and your name gets pulled out of a bucket, so it's really like chance. Usually most nights 250, 300 people sign up, and they say the chance, like some people, he met a guy who literally signed up like every single week, because it happens on Monday, for like months on end, and never got his name pulled. And then some people get their names pulled twice in 1 month and stuff, so it's random chance. And they said the reason that, because there's a bar across the road from the mothership is where all those people are that sign up. And I think it's usually I think it used to be in the back of the comedy mothership, but I think they moved it. And they said that, the reason, because people are just there having fun drinking. And some of the people that don't prepare is because, they think their chances are so low. And a lot of people sign up as a kind of a goof or a spoof, so that's why some of the episodes that I watch I don't really enjoy, because those people get pulled out of bucket, and a lot of them, especially the ones that are not prepared or are just terrible comics, and it really bums me out. But in this particular episode with Sam Tan and Ari Matti, it was actually very fun. There was a lot of great people that got pulled out of the bucket there, which is great comics. Very funny material, and I really, really enjoyed it. Because I think I talked about Kill Tony before, like some of the people not prepared, because it's a great opportunity, because people's careers have launched from this. Like, so, kind of the newest person I can think of would be Cam Patterson, who just came up from Florida. I think he lives in Austin now. He just, started gigging, touring the entire of the US, because Tony Hinchcliffe really gives people like opportunities to perform if they're good, which is he's kind of one of the basically biggest comedy career starters for people, because the show has become so massive. So that's kind of a little background on that. I'm trying to think, is there any other stuff? No, I don't think so. Pretty much just kind of little background onto how the Kill Tony thing operates, and it was actually good, or how do I say it? No, it was good to receive that, not news, but it was just nice to find out why it is the way it is, I suppose. And so now I know why some of the comedians are very unprepared, because I knew, but I didn't know. Like, I know it was chance, but I don't know. I did know, but I didn't know. What am I talking about? I'm kind of still fuzzy with this equipment not working properly. It's still bumming me out. But anyway, like I said, I'm bulk recording, so I kind of have to plow through these. And I think I think that's pretty much it. It was just a really, really nice, enjoyable episode of Kill Tony. It's great to see, comics performing at a great level and being given a really good opportunity on one of the world's biggest live streaming podcasts, which gets, like, Kill Tony went from, selling 50 seaters to selling at Madison Square Garden for 2 nights, and then a couple of other arenas and theaters around the US. They came to Ireland as well a couple of years back. They did a show in Whelan's, but I think at that time I wasn't actually doing comedy, so wouldn't have known. It'd be nice if they came back again to Kill Tony. Maybe they could do Tree Arena, because Tree Arena, Madison Square Garden is kind of roughly the same venue size. Roundabout, I think Madison Square Garden is like 14, 15,000 capacity. For the Tree Arena, I think it's 15,000 as well. So they could do it. Maybe in the future, we'll see. Because there's an awful lot of US comics starting to come to Europe. Because for US comics to come to Europe, it's usually a huge loss money wise. But in the last couple of years, I've definitely seen more and more of them coming over. Next year, one of the co-hosts of Being Ian, Jordan Jensen's coming over, and then seeing not Craig Robinson, Craig Conan is coming over as well. I think his name is Craig Conan. Let me just check. Craig Conan. Craig Conan, yeah, he's coming over next year. I just seen it. He's coming to Ireland, which should be fun. He was a fairly reoccurring guest on Ali Makovsky's podcast. I can't remember the name of it anymore. She stopped doing it as well, so there's that anyway. So, nice episode of Kill Tony. Got a little bit more background on how it operates and why things seem the way they are. But yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm rolling with through block of content, so I'm gonna end it there and go on to record next episode. But yeah, as per usual, all the links down below. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.